Welcome to CircuitFix, and today I've got an affordable Tentacle Sync box. The customer states that it's not sending out timecode, so the first thing we need to do is a little visual inspection to make sure the timecode jack on the unit itself is in good shape. And right away we can see this jack is pretty boogered up. So let's go ahead and crack this thing open and see if we can do something about it. Now we need to remove this color band and that piece of Velcro to get to the screws. Start with a little bit of heat on the Velcro, not too much. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah, that came right off there. And we've got the piece of Velcro that comes on the unit stock. I'll get my scalpel underneath here and see if we can release this. And that pulls right off, revealing our two Phillips head screws, or actually just one Phillips head screw. Remove this very quickly. And I think that blue color band is like a rubber band. It needs to come off so we can open this up. Get my fingernails underneath it. Try to slide this off without breaking it. And this should just come apart. All right. I'm going to lift this out gently. There should be a battery connected underneath. And we have a switch here that's a little bit fiddly. All right. I'm going to go ahead and remove the battery while we work on it. Just a little bit of adhesive holding that on. And we'll go over to the microscope and take a look. Here is our area of contention. I'll come on with a little bit of flux for these 4 pads. And I'll use my NF.mini pen to introduce a little bit of low melt solder alloy. Just mix that in nicely with the existing solder that's on the board. And we'll get these two. All right, now that we've added low melt to these pads, I should be able to come in with a heat gun and just pick this thing right off. A little hot air. And that came off nicely. Now with the old jack removed, we have the low melt solder still on the pads. We need to come in with some super wick and just get this off the board. And then we can come in and apply a replacement in just a moment. Let's go ahead and clean this up. Now let me find a new part. Now I found the new part. I'm going to come in with a little bit of flux for these pads, or a lot of flux apparently. I'm going to drop the new jack down in place here. That looks pretty good. Now I can just come in with a mini pen and hand solder these pads one by one. That's good. Very nice. Beautiful. I got that one. And we're done. We'll clean this up really quickly and reassemble and test. Now that we're back over at the bench, we can start attempting to reassemble. I think the hardest part will be to line this piece of plastic back up to this jack. Get everything back in the case. That wasn't so bad. Just stick our battery back down where it came from. Plug it back onto the board. And that's about it. We can put our cover back on. We've got one screw. Reapply our Velcro. And our color band. Let's see if this thing comes on. We should have some blinking red lights at the top. There they go. Unit has power, but it's not jammed. So with this thing, I've got the Tentacle Sync app on the phone here, and it's already connected. Let's go ahead and set a time code for this unit. And it's turned blue, so apparently it thinks it's outputting time code. Let's go ahead and plug this into the scope and see if we have output. And we do. With the new 3.5 millimeter jack installed and the timecode output verified on the scope, I'm considering this device repaired. Thanks for watching. Circuit fixed.